All right, we're live.
Prove it, Vato.
We are live.
All right. Hey, how we sound in the mics?
I think you got my
How the fuck we sound in the mics, little Essie?
Yeah, you might want to turn me down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Turn you down?
Yeah, because when I come up here.
Turn you down, loco? Say something.
Say something. Me pagaste todo, güey.
Yo.
Yeah, we're in, man. We're live.
Yo. Trying to figure out what mic is what. Say something.
Check. Check. Right there, man. Damn.
Yo. Órale, güey. Órale, Vato, aquí estamos, ese.
We're live.
No, we're not. You already started it, puto? Motherfucker. Now I'm embarrassed. I say I'm fucking embarrassed, Vato. I was fucking talking on. Man, you didn't even let me cut the cuts or get to the chase. All right. Gacho Vida podcast.
Gacho reactions.
We're about to react to some Russia shit. Yesterday, we broke the fucking news. I bet you motherfuckers still didn't. While we over trying to break news, and motherfuckers ain't even watching this shit.
Yeah.
Today,
they're slipping, dog.
So what happened was Ukraine did a terror attack on Russia.
Supposedly.
No, not supposedly.
They don't know for sure.
It's called allegedly.
Allegedly.
Let's get our terms right. We're gonna be white people on the news.
Those are what you call speculations.
Yo, ¿qué onda? Hey, little vato, what's up, ese? Yo, we're doing a microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 3. Ese. Hola, vato. Aquí estamos, ese. All right, man. What do you think?
I just want to wait a little bit, see who we
Let's just watch Alex Jones, man. Fucking see these stuff.
You can play anything right now, Primo, because honestly, we don't have no one even watching right now.
We got 5 people on Rumble, boy. Okay. Fuck you. Now we just go live and we'll just cut them and post them like that. And anybody wants right now, they watch right now. It's simple, you know what I mean? They're gonna get all the raw shit. You know I'm talking about, little ratas.
Yeah. Put something on there.
Nah, fuck that. That's what I was talking about. It's if somebody's gonna be if one of us is gonna be calling the other one out and making the other one do shit, it's gonna be me making you do shit, buddy.
I have no problem with that.
I'm just saying, but y'all do it. All right. Share screen. If you need to think out loud, Derek, you do that, player.
I got something in my eye.
Orale, vatos, we're back. Is it sharing right now? Can you see it? Orale.
The bottom line,
I love it.
Yeah, make it large.
Hold on, I gotta fix the fucking.
Like my pito.
Hey, you got a pito, little boy. Orale, pues, vatos. All right, man. This food you're supposed to record without letting the vato know, so you can get the raw shit.
on nuclear weapons is that when the president gives the order, it must be followed.
You're good, man.
There's about 4 minutes between the order being given and the people responsible for launching nuclear weapons to do so. As president, I will make it clear that the United States will treat cyber attacks just like any other attack. We will be ready with serious political, economic, and military responses.
That's what we're here for. Peace on planet Earth if they vote for Trump. But if they vote for Hillary, it's war.
Pause on that real quick.
You saw? He died.
That's the shit I'm talking about. Wait.
What? I didn't do it fast enough for you?
You know, it was Gacho. I was just at the house waiting, and my lady's aunt, she fucking. I asked her, well, you know, we said something about Trump, way. Yes, she said, well, she, you know, that if they vote for Trump, China's they're gonna attack us, way, and if Trump wins, way. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, where'd you hear that from? She was, I think I heard it from CNN. then I try to explain to her. I said, well, those are Democrats over there, right?
Yeah.
And they're gonna say if that's like them trying to prevent you from voting for Trump because they're gonna scare you away. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say, "Oh well,
but
if you vote for him, this is a possibility. This could happen." But what are the chances that even fucking happen?
But look,
it's fucking stupid.
They're gonna try crazy ass shit so he don't get in. But if he does get in, then they're gonna do crazy ass shit to make his presidency look bad, like fucking terror attacks and shit like that.
Yeah.
And fucking like last time, the coronavirus. They do any shit like that, man. Believe it or not.
So then I asked her. I said, "Well, who are you gonna vote for?" She says,
Trump.
She says neither one way because she doesn't like neither one.
That's the best thing to do. We don't want them voting on our side. They said we just want them not to vote because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. If you don't know what the fuck's going on, don't vote. I said. That's what I said. I don't vote.
I don't think you can vote.
No, I vote. I mean, I voted this last time, but Gilbert told me, Ocho. Oh, I sent that link with. He told me, he said, it don't matter if we vote, man. Trump's gonna win this shit easily over here.
Where we're at. Well, it does not matter here. Where we're at. Hey, Primo, you can't send that link to Ocho?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Yeah, send it over to him. Hey, Primo, you can't send that link to Ocho?
Shut your mouth. Well, I'm right here talking to my city. My dang. Here we go. All right. What's his number? Huh? What?
Now, why you got that playing? You're fucking everything up.
Oh, no, okay. Okay. I'm trying to share the link to a couple of pendejos out there. See, we get somebody in here fucking what? What? No, I got it. I already sent it to him. See, you was fucking late, way. You know what I'm talking about, boy?
I'm just gonna sit here, wait for someone to tune in.
Yeah, that's all you gotta say. We're waiting for people to tune in. You feel me? If you don't feel me, then feel this. Loco. Y que la verga. Man, there, I sent you the link right now. Why don't you go send it to the people too, motherfucker? Shit. This motherfucker.
Me lo mandaste, wait.
Look.
Man, you always fucking send it this way.
Shut that front door and kick in that back. I'm gonna send it to your fucking wife, boy, if you don't shut up. I see her right here online. She gonna tune in, boy, and get your ass caught the fuck up. Yeah, y'all didn't know that Vato was gay, did ya? Crazy looking motherfuckers. Get that puto in here, there it is.
I am fucking tired.
Tired of whose? Huh? What are you tired as?
Of doing this podcast shit and only having about 100.
Well, that's why you got to send the link to go.
100 viewers.
Ain't nobody doing what you said they doing, bud.
We need to get to 200.
Post that shit right on your Facebook, bitch. Hey, we're about to talk about some real shit right now. So if you're already in here and you're watching, well, you about to get the good shit. You know what I'm talking about? We break news before the news. It's like yesterday. Yesterday we did that, player. Believe it or not. You can believe it or not. Que se vayan para la chingada, pues, güey. Este para la verga, homie. Let me do this, then do that, and come back with some of this. Hit that motherfucker with that. Orale, vato, we're back. All right, I posted it in a couple places. We might get a listener or two. Who gives a shit? Let's keep this shit going. Okay.
With her, you'll end up in World War III.
And I had family that the United States opened West Germany and Ukraine joining us.
Is Gilbert in here yet?
Girl who is in Moscow.
Gilbert, you in here
yet?
Great
analysis will be joining us as well.
Up?
And then Michael Yon, the undisputed top military news correspondent in the last 30 years, who has been warning of the Islamist sleeper cells working for the globalists planning to attack America. It is all coming up in the next 2 hours. You definitely want to be part of the information war and part of promoting the truth, and you want to take this link, this feed at Real Alex Jones you're watching right now and repost it. Hit your email list, your text message list, call your friends, your family, your neighbors, tell perfect strangers. Tune in now to Real Alex Jones on X or at Infowars.com.
This was about to break some news for that ass.
/show.
Russia.
Okay.
I think he's about to do an interview
I
with
am an expert on this topic, okay? I've been on there 30
media dude
years
from Russia.
in April. And I had family that worked in secret black operations around the world.
Hey, Miguel's in here. Fucking Pancitas on me. Listen to this shit, Panzas. We need you in here, brother. Who put stop on me?
Chingada madre.
In Latin America, in East Germany, West Germany, you name it. So
you didn't see what happened yesterday, Panzas?
My whole life. I understand the
fucking
players.
terror attack. I said we broke that news live on fucking Gacho.
Hey, how can we have this
tell you
nigga
the
call
facts
in?
of what's going on and why this is such a big deal.
Panzas, call in, wait.
And what are we talking about?
We'll put you on speakerphone.
Talking about what happened yesterday while I was live on air with the Friday show. An attack on a major theater that holds over 6,000 people as part of a larger shopping mall in the middle of Moscow. I said it'd be over 100 dead. It's now 133 dead and climbing. Dozens, at least 15 supposed ISIS terrorists who I saw in what looked like Ukrainian uniforms, with Ukrainian gear. We can roll some of the B-roll of the attack for you.
Call Derek, Panzas.
Went in there
put you on speakerphone, and then we're going to plug you in the ass.
And tried to burn the entire building down. They burned a lot of it down. Now, immediately, ISIS came out and took responsibility and has since to prove they did it. Because people are questioning and saying it's
look, there it is right there, wait.
Ukraine, including Putin. They've since posted photos and video of them carrying out the attack just to prove it was them. Well, the globalists think we are the stupidest people in the world. ISIS was created by Obama and by European and British intelligence with Israel.
It was.
And I am going to show you the Jerusalem Post and AP and Reuters saying ISIS is good and that ISIS is our ally. Now, I began to make the point yesterday when ISIS took credit that ISIS is a cutout of Western intelligence to destabilize the world, attack Western countries, so
just to let everyone know, I do not agree with everything
and to be able to invade countries. The United States openly, under Obama,
but he's about to talk about
funded hundreds of thousands of ISIS fighters to start the Arab Spring and the invasion and attempt to topple the leadership in Damascus, Syria. So when I see the extreme ignorance,
fuck, man, I'm high as a motherfucking kite.
When I posted these comments and posted statements about this on X yesterday and today, getting tens of millions of readers and viewers, that there were brigades of either useful idiots or liars in the feed saying ISIS is an Islamic organization, has nothing to do with U.S., British, European, NATO, Israeli intelligence.
Que la verga.
So I'm going to show you Obama saying that the U.S. government funded ISIS, or he called it.
Panzas, what we sound like? Wait, can you hear us?
I'm going to show you.
Can you hear me over this talk on this fucking key? I don't know how to turn them off. Wait, try to turn them off.
Israel's working with ISIS. They think you don't have a memory, ladies and gentlemen.
Prove it then.
Osama bin Laden was CIA. Yeah. So there is a historical fact here that
you
people
believe that,
remember.
Nope.
I have made more than 6
You believe
films
the other way?
on
That he
9/11
wasn't?
and Islamic
You just-
terror.
Look,
I have written books
on,
on it.
man.
I have interviewed hundreds of top guests.
This guy
including
sometimes he
former
be talking way
section chiefs of the
like
CIA.
he's in
check this out.
like in a fucking dream.
This is what we're about to do, Derek.
Explain to me.
You gotta this the rule I'm about to make right now.
Okay.
When
first of all,
when you're I'm just saying.
Wait, I'm the one that makes the rules, not you.
This is one rule, homie, for me.
What's up?
Whenever it comes to something, you fucking pick one side or pick the other side. Don't stay in the middle like a puto. Oh, I don't know. It don't matter to me. Nah, you pick one fucking
man,
side.
I'm telling you that.
No, I'm just saying.
Motherfucker here
because when you take, that's like taking the easy way out. When you just say, oh, I don't agree or disagree, or like Tommy always says. We can agree to disagree. I don't even know what the fuck that means. We can agree to. Do you know how people say that all the time? What the fuck does that mean? That means that means you're in the middle, motherfucker.
I don't say that. I'm just telling you that what he just said was fucking stupid.
No, because you don't know about all this shit that he's talking about. Obama did create ISIS, but something I don't know all of that shit, but I believe it.
He said that he created ISIS. Come on, man.
Because I don't know about all that, man, but I believe
it. You
no, because I've heard a lot. I know.
You
just I just can't
said
think
you
of
don't know about all that, but then you just said, I believe it.
If this,
nigga, how you gonna believe something that you don't know?
Because this fool, when he says shit, he shows the shit. So he's already showed that shit, but I haven't seen.
Well, you're gonna have to go back and show me what.
Now the other one, about Osama bin Laden being CIA. That's a fact. You don't know that because you don't know shit. You don't know a lot of shit about this. But he was in the CIA was paying him because there was. Afghanistan Afghanistan was in a war with Russia. Afghanistan was in war with Russia before.
You just said the CIA. Now, if they were in cahoots with this motherfucker, I understand that. That's possible, and more likely it is true. But he just said that he is CIA. Come on, man.
No, he said he was CIA.
Nah, he's not even. There's no what, man.
Well, he's not. He's dead.
How do you become a CIA agent? Come on,
no, man. To work for them. He was working for the CIA.
Well, he was probably their puppet, but he was not a CIA agent. He was like one of their fucking rats or something. I don't know.
Well, he was working with the CIA. That's the same shit.
Working with them. He said he is CIA. He is not CIA.
He probably the CIA, man. For real.
I'm just saying. He just says shit that's fucking stupid.
No, it's not though.
He says shit that makes sense, and then
he already proved up. It's because the shit that you think that don't make sense is because you don't know about it, and it sounds too wild for you to believe. Is what it is.
Well, it is wild. That's just fucking crazy.
I know, but then okay, look. You know what?
You'd have to
check this out.
Show me how this.
So the next podcast that we do,
no way
the next podcast that we do, I'm gonna prove both of them things to you.
Nah, man, you can prove it now. We got all night.
Well, let's watch this first. We'll get back to that.
What does this fool say? Tim, look, me that way. You gotta watch these comments.
Who is it?
He says Alex Jones predicted the towers would be hit and Bin Laden would be blamed for it at March. Oh, come on, man.
See,
man.
There's the facts right there.
Talking crazy. How the fuck would he be able to know that those towers would get hit? Come on, man. He predicted. He says he predicted.
He did.
No, there ain't no predicting shit.
All right, now I gotta go.
That's like me going to the fucking casino, so I'm gonna predict a fucking jackpot. Get the fuck out of here.
We gotta write all this shit down because I feel like going to prove all that shit to you right now.
Dude, look it up.
He did look it up.
Look it up.
All right, fuck it, I'll look it up. I'm not.
I'm talking
We're
about.
back.
Man.
We're back. You fucked us up, that's it.
Can you still hear us, Tim?
Yeah, we're about to.
Are we good?
What do you say? What do you say?
Tim. Bonsas, can you guys still hear us? All right, he's good.
Talk to them.
Tim, can you find where we can find that?
I'm gonna find it.
I'm
just saying.
Fucking look for it.
Talk to him about something else.
Then he says Jones didn't predict. That's like if you knew that something like that was going to happen and you don't try to prevent it. You know, that's just crazy. You're not going to find it, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what?
What's up, anyone?
Just talk about it with me. Well, I'll find it better on my phone than you know what I'm talking about? But go ahead. What's the three things?
It'd be nice if we could get.
What's the three things?
The three things is one, Osama being CIA, which there's no way that you find. I mean, yeah,
I'm gonna have to prove that to you a different day, because
this shit here, pretty much, you're gonna try to look, and then there's gonna be motherfuckers. You're gonna find one motherfucker saying that he was with the CIA, and it's like you telling me it. You know what I'm saying? They said, Tim said, Bin Laden has been attacking us since 2000.
See,
he orchestrated the USS Cole bombing.
Nothing but negative shit pops up of Alex Jones on YouTube.
Well, it's because, I don't know, man. Honestly, I mean, that's why he has his own fucking channel way. If you can't find it there, then... Hey, Primo, what was that USS Cole bombing? Where was that at?
What?
The USS Cole bombing.
Man, that's crazy.
Where was that at, Tim? You and Tim, boy, you guys love that Alex Jones, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So you're pretty famous, not famous.
Here it is. I mean, this is just a short, but that's all we need. We ain't taking all your motherfucking time.
So you're pretty famous, not famous enough for seeing events in some detail ahead of time. You're the only person, I think, in the world who called 9/11 in detail. You're on tape doing it. They're going to fly planes in the World Trade Centers and blame Bin Laden. That's what you said. Given your demonstrated ability to get a pretty clear sight picture of the future, where do you think we are in 5 years?
Whether in heaven or hell, it's the best of times or worst of times. Tell two cities. We are in the crossroads right now. We're going across the point of return, and we have maximum effort to expose the evil, to be honest ourselves about the problems we have. We have unlimited potential. But I would have to say, if you look into the future, near probability nuclear war. And I have 4 children. I have nightmares about this because I know this is real. I agree with you. Mainline the atomic scientists.
Look, I got it on my phone.
He said he's got nightmares of a nuclear war way. Come on, man.
See if you can see this yet. Vice.
Airliners, Baltimore Sun, or if you let some terrorist group do it, like the World Trade Center, we know who to blame. And if there was an outside threat like a bin Laden, who was a known CIA asset in the 80s, he's the boogeyman they need. We know the Joint Chiefs of Staff wanted to blow up airliners, Baltimore Sun, or if you let some terrorist group do it, like the World Trade Center, we know who to blame. And if there was an outside threat like a bin Laden, who was a known CIA asset in the 80s, he's the boogeyman they need. We know the Joint Chiefs of Staff wanted to blow up.
That's one time. There's a bunch of more.
What he's saying. Okay.
But this is
I know. Listen.
July 25th.
Okay. The towers were already hit when he came out with that, right?
No.
Yes. The towers were already hit.
No, it wasn't.
He just said it.
No, he was talking about they bombed the World Trade Centers before the 9/11.
Okay.
They bombed
they went into the garage and fucking and hit the tower. Replay that again, Wayne.
No.
We know the Joint Chiefs of Staff wanted to blow up airliners, Baltimore Sun, or if you let some terrorist group do it, like the World Trade Center, we know who to blame. And if there was an outside threat like a bin Laden, who was a known CIA asset in the 80s, he's the boogeyman they need. We know the Joint Chiefs of Staff wanted to blow up
That's crazy. The same one pops up on all the fucking.
Jim said was in 93.
Yeah, but that's another shit.
No, that was when see, he was an asset, but he wasn't CIA. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Alex Jones the other day. By the way, so look at this. Tucker interviewed Alex Jones the other day. By the way, got him reinstated back on. We should do that next. Right. Got him reinstated back on Twitter's, and he predicted 9/11. He predicted Russia's invasion of Donbass and Ukraine, and everybody else is caught flat-footed.
Well, the secret is the same secret as I don't know everything we talked about Ukraine for 2 years.
Oh my God! You know what, Primo? There's no way I would be convinced of that.
Yes, you're out.
What the fuck we're wasting time?
Yeah, because that's like
I'll find all
like,
this shit.
That's like
read the comment.
That's like him finding out before they went and blew up the trade centers, right?
What?
That's like him knowing, like, we're gonna blow them buildings up. Way. Come on.
No, he knows how they operate. Way he's been knowing how they operate, and he predicts the shit because he knows he can see it. He don't predict it like a fucking. He don't predict it like if he's a like you just can predict shit off a fucking crystal ball or something. He's fucking. He knows how they operate, man. He points out all the shit that they can. He still does it right now. He'll say they're gonna do this or this. They're gonna probably try to do this. He says it all the time. That's why it's easy for him to predict shit because he knows what. Sometimes he stops them from doing shit because he busting them out. So which one's showing in here?
I don't know. Go back to that video you were watching.
All right, let's get back on this shit.
But remember what he said. He was an asset, not a fucking CIA agent.
I don't know which one it was, but saying either way would be right.
Even Tim says that.
But either way would be right.
In the info war and say, I don't know what's going to happen at the end of this, but you want to fight.
Okay. So hold up. So just like what Tim said right now. Now that makes, he gathers information way, and then he sees where the problem, and then he sees the patterns, and then he'll speculate on kind of where they're going with it, right?
Yeah.
That's what
Huh?
She has she was over in Russia because she, of course.
No, that's not it.
Yeah. I don't like
defense, because once you have statehood, you get to do everything that the terrorists did, but you get to weaponize the statehood in order to legitimize it and call it defense. America and UK went and stood by Israel on October the 7th after Netanyahu.
Very, very soon. I'm going to say, here is the video being pulled off of X of civilians being droned to death. Okay, so we're going to get that out. Chase, you want to make a comment on this?
Well, I absolutely agree, and it's crazy to see this level of censorship. It seems like every time we have a victory in terms of free speech and actually revealing what's going on, there's another obstacle.
My ball doesn't strow up, man. That's some shit.
What's wrong with your balls?
Mm-hmm.
Nitric boost. Never offered it 40% off before, but we went right to the source we were getting it, got a discount. So the sale right now is 40% off.
But it all boils down.
Man, I'm high as fuck, man.
Oh, man. Put that other video.
I began to make the point yesterday when ISIS took credit that ISIS is a cutout of Western intelligence to destabilize the world, attack Western countries so they can get giant defense budgets domestically to take our rights and to be able to invade countries. The United States openly, under Obama, funded hundreds of thousands of ISIS fighters to start the Arab Spring.
There
and
it is. That's what he's talking about.
Invasion.
Not just because he said it. Go look it up. We'll look it up.
Leadership
talk about it next time.
In Damascus, Syria. So when I see the extreme ignorance, when I posted these comments and posted statements about this on X yesterday and today, getting tens of millions of readers and viewers, that there were brigades of either useful idiots or liars in the feed saying ISIS is an Islamic organization, has nothing to do with U.S., British, European, NATO, Israeli intelligence. So I'm going to show you Obama saying that the U.S. government funded ISIS, or he called it ISIL, same group. I'm going to show you Jerusalem Post and other headlines saying Israel's working with
like
ISIS.
The fucking news.
They think you don't have a memory, ladies and gentlemen. Osama bin Laden was CIA. There is a historical fact here that people don't remember. I have made more than 6 films on 9/11 and Islamic terror. I have written books on it. I have interviewed hundreds of top guests, including former section chiefs of the CIA. This is in the mainline historical literature, but it is not something that is normally on the nightly news, though I have AP, Reuters, and Jerusalem Post saying Israel helped fund ISIS with Obama, Israel created Hamas, and I'm not anti-Israel, like I'm not anti-USA, but we have criminals running our government, so I am against what they're doing.
He ain't showing me shit.
This is like saying George Washington was the first president of the United States, and people are arguing because they don't know history and say it's Abraham Lincoln.
What are you going to do, Florida?
Who came almost 100 years later. This is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. And in fact, I posted on X a Syrian girl 2-minute video that I forgot to send the crew. You guys download that right now, because I want to play that first before we go to her. And Aussie Cossack, who's a great reporter, lives in Australia but has Russian roots. He's now been able to join us as well. And then Scott Bennett.
Read the comments.
Vladimir Solyov, and so much more today. This is going to be an absolutely jam-packed transmission. Now, I'll be walking through all of this when we have the guest on. But let's get a first snapshot look at what I just told you I have. Because when I tell you I've got something, I'm going to show it to you, unlike corporate media. Corporate media will tell you that I'm a Nazi. They never show a clip of it.
There you go.
Or they'll tell you I say I'm an actor. Never show a clip of it. It's all lies.
Prove it to David.
Yeah.
Overhead shot, please.
Prove it to me, yes, sir.
Here's just some of the breaking news. Moscow concert hall attack death toll rises to 133.
Yep, see?
Russia arrests 11 Moscow massacre.
I understand. That's not what I'm talking
Reveal
about.
names and
That's
pictures
not
of those
even
they believe
not
behind the
talking about.
ISIS
That's
concert
I'm just
hall
fucking with
slaughter
you. That's not
and
proof.
death toll that rose to
Just in the newspaper,
115.
not proof.
Now it's 133.
Just show a video, motherfucker.
Pictures reveal bloody aftermath. Putin says Moscow concert hall gunman who killed 133 tried to flee to Ukraine despite ISIS claiming the attack. Well, I mean, ISIS has been fighting in Ukraine on the side of Ukraine. I'll show you mainstream articles in a moment. Here's another one. Putin claims Kiev tied to Moscow terror attack. Ukraine official denies connection, and then goes on to say Putin, who just won re-election by 87%, and who's won the war in Ukraine,
In the comments, wait. Somebody say something?
that he would do this, despite the fact that the
can't
CFR,
see
the
him or
Trilateral
what, huh?
Commission, the Bilderberg Group, all put out statements last week through Fareed Zakaria saying we're going to start
I have to
hitting
go
the
back to
Russians
see it.
inside their country. And we've seen the drone attacks and the mass shootings. They've already sent Ukrainians hundreds of times across into Russia, massacring people in towns. Now they're just doing it
this song.
in the middle of Moscow. So the idea that, they never do this is preposterous. Of course, we have the U.S. Embassy warning Americans to avoid Moscow concert weeks before the attacks and issuing new warnings today. That's called covering your tracks. Russian troops hack off Moscow attacker's ear and feed it to him. Yeah, they posted the video. They did it.
I got the
Islamic
video.
State releases
I was
photo of
watching that
alleged
video
attackers
earlier.
in Russia's shooting. They want the credit to get the heat off their bosses at NATO. With the world's attention on Gaza, ISIS is making a global comeback. Yeah, so the West has an excuse to stay in the Middle East. And here is the new State Department warning today, telling Americans stay out of popular areas in Moscow. We'll be going over all of it. But because I mentioned it, let's just show you a small smattering of it more as we go along. You can go to the Jerusalem Post website. You may have heard of it. This is Jerusalem Post, March 13th, 2015. Report, Israel treating al-Qaeda fighters wounded in Syrian civil war. And we've got more. And I have a clip of Obama calling it ISIL, but it's the same group, ISIS. Let's go ahead and play clip 11 first. Here is Obama, who started the attack on Syria over a decade ago. And here he is talking about ISIS/Al-Qaeda ISIL. Here it is.
So with the additional steps I ordered last month, we're speeding up training of ISIL forces, including volunteers from Sunni tribes in Anbar province. This month, we're speeding up training of ISIL forces, including volunteers from Sunni tribes in Anbar province.
Okay. And then we have
Hold
John
on.
Kirby, his warning. We have a statement by Putin.
Because it's going to be hard for me to
Putin
react
does not have
if
the
I don't
motive
react to
in
it
this.
now.
I certainly don't lionize or say Vladimir Putin's an angel.
Well, too bad. It's no.
Okay, so he says ISIS is the same thing as what did he
ISIL,
say?
training ISIL.
Okay.
But you still have to go listen to the whole thing.
Yeah,
see what he's
because
talking
how
about.
do you know for sure that that's the same group? You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying this.
So there's some people that call him ISIL. That's another way of saying it. That's how it's spelled.
I heard of it, but
hearing is half the battle. Let's see. Now,
but we got a homie up in the chat box.
What's he want to listen to that
He
song?
says, "What up, SS?"
Nigga, no problem. What the?
Did you already look at it? Or?
That's what's laughing. See, somebody's in the chat liking this shit. Nigga.
Look at
He's
this.
talking over
It's
it.
now confirmed. Breaking. One of the terrorists, Rustam Ashiev, is a Ukrainian citizen and fought in the armed forces of Ukraine in 2022. And here it is right here. And we've got him being interrogated. and admitting to all of it. So
how do we know if that's him?
Where we are.
Speed it up a little bit.
I had Jack
How
Posobiec,
do we
Naval
know that's
Intelligence,
that's one of the shooters in that mall? And how do we even know that all that's even real?
Look, I speed it up.
Wouldn't that be crazy way?
Well,
Everything that happened in that mall way, imagine if that shit was just
it could be fake. It could be.
It was planned to make it seem like Ukraine.
They be doing that.
When,
but that
killed a
real
bunch of innocent people.
Inside I speeded it up, man. System and people in our own government that don't want World War III. He's been on probably 5 times last 2 months saying imminent attacks on things like sports stadiums and theaters. And that's exactly what the State Department 2 weeks ago warned of. They can say, oh, we warned you. They didn't give the Russians the specific intel like the Russians did on the CIA ISIS cutouts that did the Boston bombing. They'll give patches as well. So when the globalists want to take rights or divert people or invade a country, they activate ISIS, which is just Al-Qaeda under a new name. And they go to these countries in Central Asia where they have very, very low nutrition. There's a lot of inbreeding. They have very low IQs. You see the interrogations. These guys are really stupid. They go to Ukraine. Obama gets paid $500,000. They go on this mission, try to flee back to Ukraine. That's where they caught now more than 10 of them. And you see the footage inside
he's about to show that
system.
his ear cut
People
off,
in our own government that don't want World War III. He's been on probably 5 times the last 2 months saying imminent attacks on things like sports stadiums and theaters. And that's exactly what the State Department 2 weeks ago warned of. So they can say, oh, we warned you. They didn't give the Russians the specific intel like the Russians did on the CIA ISIS cutouts that did the Boston bombing. Those were patches as well. So when the globalists want to take rights or divert people or invade a country, they activate ISIS, which is just Al-Qaeda under a new name. And they go to these countries in Central Asia where they have very, very low nutrition and others, and literally bring the country into an inferno. And what did the federal judge rule on?
Gave them transportation
of the West. So here is a short clip of Vladimir Putin making these points today.
They were found and apprehended. They tried to escape.
How do we know he's really saying that? I already know you might say that.
And we have data that suggests that they were about to be moved towards the territory of Ukraine by those in Ukraine. Our military services, our emergency services, everyone is, our investigators are working on finding out the orchestrators of this terrorist attack, those who gave them transportation, who created, who gave them weapons, etc. The investigative authorities will do everything to identify all details of this crime, but it's already evident that we face not just a cynically organized terrorist attack, but a mass killing of civilians. These perpetrators, these criminals, went specifically to kill people point blank, our people, our children, just like the Nazis that once
I know you said Nazis in there.
killed our
people
during the war. They do the same. All the orchestrators, all those who are responsible for this crime will inevitably be found responsible. They will pay. We will identify everyone who stands behind these terrorists, and they will pay. This is a strike against Russia. We know what terrorist threat means, and we expect that other nations that share our pain will cooperate with us, and we will stand united against this common enemy, international terrorism, no matter where it shows its ugly head. These terrorists have no nationality, and there's only one.
We're back.
Oblivion.
Vladimir Solyevov is joining us coming up in the next hour. We're going to have all 3 of these guys
That's what I'm
together
talking
in just a moment.
These Americans.
So if there's no more,
because they want to.
I enjoy it, even though I do. Defense. That's against the central
And actually, as we talk, they were talking.
He's about to do an interview.
Confirm weapons targeted and ready.
He's about to interview with the media dude from Russia, the #1 media dude.
Do you really believe that the enemy would attack without provocation?
He's already interviewed him twice.
This transmission, you are the resistance.
We're in. Russians are still denying everything, sir. We have a Soviet submarine launch detection.
I wish I didn't know about any of this. I wish I was like everybody else.
Friends and family, the only winning move is not to play.
That promo you just saw was from 10 years ago, where we predicted this could lead to World War III, and it was the globalist project to manipulate and attack Russia into a confrontation with NATO. We are now closer to nuclear war than we have ever been. And we have inbred, psychotic, crazy people, a bunch of Trotskyites that got kicked out of Russia, and a bunch of Nazis that got their ass kicked in Crimea 80 years ago, still trying to fight the last war with the Russians. And then they said, we're going to launch terror attacks on CNN last week. Fareed Zakaria. They've launched drone attacks, cross-border attacks. And then ISIS is known CIA, MI6, Mossad. And then they turn around and tell us that Putin's a liar, that no, he did it, with no evidence, even though they caught these rats trying to run back into Ukraine. This is insane. The top broadcaster in Russia is Vladimir Solovyov, and he joins us right now for the balance of the hour. He just ended his emergency Saturday broadcast. We're doing ours here as well, ladies and gentlemen. So, Vladimir, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to try to give you the floor because you've got more intel than anybody right there, talking to all the people on the ground. We've already had reporters that are in Moscow on the show. To me, this is very sad for the 130 plus that have died and those that are in the process of fighting for their lives, and obviously more will die. But for me, it shows the psychoticness of the people that have hijacked my country, who are a threat to me and my family. So my solidarity with Russia is my solidarity with sanity and not wanting World War III as a loyal American. And you're a loyal Russian. So thank you for joining us. I know it's very late in Russia. You've got the floor, sir.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you to all Americans that send very warm words to Russians who do suffer from one of the worst terrorist attacks in the history of our country. We can compare with 9/11. During 9/11, there were almost 5,000 people that were killed. This terrorist attack was aiming to kill 6,200 people that attended the concert. So far, more than 140 people died, but unfortunately, the amount of deaths will only increase. A lot of people injured. So what happened? I can show you actually on the screen. We made a little presentation of how it's all happened. If my guys will get my computer on. Guys, can you show the picture? Yes, please. So that's what happened. A group of 4 people that were recruited through Telegram for not a huge amount of money, 1 million ruble each. They entered facility. It took them about 10 minutes to get straight into the concert hall. On the way, they killed a lot of people. Then they throw cocktail Molotov grenades. They started fire and immediately left the building. Then they got on the car that were waiting for them and tried to move toward borderline with Ukraine, where they were waited by Ukrainian special forces that were planning to help them to get out through Russian-Ukrainian border. But they were stopped by Russian police and special services, and through a couple of hours of search, hide-and-seek operation, we managed to get them all. They're all alive. They're talking. They have no idea that they were ISIS, as they were told by United States and British and other officials. No, they were not ISIS fighters. They didn't want to die for whatever they believe in, like Islam. They wanted to live and to spend money. Not a lot of money. Million rubles, it's like 10,000 bucks. So for 10,000 bucks, they killed an enormous amount of people. They were recruited through Telegram. That's a well-known way of recruiting that has been done already by Ukrainian special forces. And there were a couple of terrorist attacks inside Russia done this way. Money, Telegram, they're finding special guys, give them exact instructions. It's obvious that those guys were not able to come up with this rather sophisticated plan because the building itself is not an easy one. So you have to know where to go and what to do. They knew exactly what's the game plan is, and they played by this game. But our special forces were one step faster and better. Then we saw this operation of cover-up operation, stating that no, that is not Ukrainian. Definitely it's not Ukrainian. It's a lie. Because right now, on the other side of the Russian-Ukrainian border, we saw an enormous activity of Ukrainian special forces that worked hand in hand with Islamic terrorist organizations. So we know that they're fighting hand in hand. Who's behind them? We know for sure, thanks to New York Times article, that they were trained by CIA and other special agencies of the United States. That's why when Victoria Nuland a couple of months ago stated that President Putin will get a lot of nasty surprises on the borderline. So now we see what's in her definition borderline is and what kind of nasty surprises she planned for our country. There's only one leader of Western world who didn't express his feelings toward Russians and didn't send, the right words, who didn't mourn with us, who didn't support Russian people after this awful attack. This is Zelensky, this little drug addict personality managed to blame Russian President Putin for this attack. The only person in the world who did that. Even President Biden, although he hated and he hates Putin, didn't come up with this. But Zelensky could not find even one word toward Russian citizens. And actually, as we talk right now, there's a huge attack on Russian city Belgorod. And every time they hit Belgorod, and it has nothing to do with military infrastructure. I've been there yesterday. They hit hospitals and they hit huge apartment houses. And they hit them with NATO weaponry, artillery provided by Czech Republic. And as of now, they attack Crimea and Sevastopol. That's why actually I'm really surprised, Alex. Why do all those NATO guys trying to show the empathy to Russian people when they love when someone is killing us? They supply Ukrainian Nazis with all weapon in the world. Even French little guy is willing to send his troops to fight Russians. So why are they right now trying to show that they're humans and they have the human-like feelings, saying, oh, we're so sorry. Oh, poor Russian people were with you. A few months ago, they applauded to terrorist attacks in St. Pete when one of prominent Russian journalists was killed. And a lot of people who attended this meeting with him were wounded. Every time when there's a terrorist attack done by the Ukrainians, West applauded, stating that Ukraine can do whatever they want to fight ugly Russia. But as of now, we see that behind this attack, not just Ukrainian.
Shit. All right, there. Get back in here, man. You can't get out.
So what you think, Primo? There's a lot of it's hard to believe the Russian, that guy there, he's from Russia. We don't know for sure if those guys were ISIS. We don't know if they're from Ukraine. He tried to say that those guys were paid to go in there to kill all those people. Then he says that they caught them heading back to the border, and there was Ukrainian special forces there waiting on them to get to the border. Do you believe that?
I don't believe nothing unless I see the shit. But I'm just saying.
But that's what he's saying, though. I mean, do you believe? I don't believe that. I mean,
I believe them more than I believe.
Possible.
I believe them more. I believe them more than I believe our news. I know that if our news is saying the opposite, I mean, if our news is saying the opposite of what they're saying, then they're right and they're wrong. I guarantee it. Because they want war. The people, the
Ukraine,
the military-industrial complex. You know what that is? These people don't make. I mean, they make money when they at war. They got to make all these things. There's no war. They ain't making no money.
Okay.
That's just a little part of it. Everything's about money. Okay. Like hospitals. You think all their rooms they're like a hotel way. They want all their rooms full. So if they're not full, they'll bring out some shit for your ass, boy.
It's a business, man.
It's a business. It's not a fucking government. I thought it was government, but it's not.
Even the war, like you said, man. You know, people benefit off of wars, and the ones, selling the guns, making the guns, supplying,
and they're already so rich,
supplying them with what they need to go to war. Those are the people making money right now. But what I'm saying is that right now, I can't believe what they're saying that they know right now that who those people really are. Then they say ISIS.
They had him. They cut his fucking ear off.
Was that one of them that got their ears cut off?
Yeah.
Who cut their ears?
When they was interrogating him.
See, like.
Yeah, I told y'all. I seen it, man. But my fucking.
Damn. See if we can find it. Way.
I can't stroll up. I can't stroll up.
Let me see.
No, here it is. I'm about to find it.
All right.
Nah, I missed it. No, here it is. No, there.
Says Tim says that that's why the establishment politicians hate Trump. He's
Yeah,
openly anti-war. He says that wars are usually expensive and stupid and a waste of American lives. Yeah.
That's why they don't like RFK Jr. That's why they don't like that little Indian food. Ramaswamy, whatever the hell his name was.
Yeah.
They don't like RFK Jr. Fuck. I jumped out again.
Come on, man.
I jumped out again. Am I still in it? Am I still in it, buddy? Yo. Yolandi. Hey.
See, you got shit all fucked up, man.
There it goes. Now we in.
Nah, man, it's just fucked up.
Remove it.
We begin in the ABC 7 Alert Center with breaking news and a
Yeah.
woman behind the details of this story. Disturbing. A woman accused in Mexico of several murders and body dismemberments, even removing victims' hearts, is arrested in El
Here we
Paso.
go.
Within the last 10 minutes, ABC
Yeah.
7 obtained this arrest photo. She is Michelle Angelica Pineda, also known as La Cheli. She was wanted
La
for
Cheli.
in Juarez. She's also suspected of being involved in several other killings. Investigators say she crossed illegally into the U.S. and was operating on behalf of the gang Artistas Asesinos, or assassin artists. The FBI says Pineda was known for extreme brutality, dismembering bodies, removing hearts,
Where does that?
placing the hearts in front of Santa
Wait a
Muerte
minute.
statues. Authorities say they found guns, machetes, and fentanyl, as well as other drugs at the motel. El Paso's FBI says several law enforcement agencies worked together to arrest Pineda at an El Paso.
Yeah. Can you hear it? I think it's just fucking. I just play this shit.
See, that shit's fucked up, man.
I will probably hang up or talk some shit. So don't call unless you Johnny D. The phone lines are now open.